Oh my god, I actually look ill. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, I am Maddie Reads, and in today's YouTube video we will be doing my I forgot what month it is. Oh, July reading wrap up. This video is late, very late coming out and filming. Supposed to film it on Friday, didn't film it on Friday because it was supposed to come out on Friday. Didn't film it on Saturday. It's now Sunday currently, and I am now filming it, and it will probably come out Monday or Tuesday, around that time. Maybe even Friday, who knows. So I almost just died. Anyway, I read 8 books in the month of July, and at the end of July, I was 53 books out of my 70 book goal. So I was like 13 books ahead of schedule, which now in August that slowed down. I'm currently reading my 2nd book of the month. Yeah, it's been bad. So yeah, the end of July to like the beginning of August, it's been really bad with reading. But it's okay. I think I'm gonna finish my TBR this whole month. I hope. I think so though. I have a really good TBR this month. I think I'll finish it, but don't quote me on that. So I read 8 books. Most of them are pretty bad. My highest rated book was 4.75 stars, which is really good actually. I almost had a 5 star this month. I really love that book actually. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Okay, so the first book that I read was the lowest rated book that I read this month. It was actually horrible. I did not make a video on this book because this book actually sucks and I have no memory of it whatsoever. Small little interlude. Anyway, first book I read this month, I did not even make a video about because it was so freaking horrible. I don't even know what happened half the time. But that is Finale, the 3rd book in the Carvel series by Stephanie Carver. I gave it 3 stars, which is not a bad rating, but this book was pretty bad. I think the plot completely fell off in book 2. I just read book 3 because of reasons you will find out in a couple of minutes. And I wanted to finish it so I could read. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I wanted to finish it so I could finish reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. There you go. And so I was just like, you know, let's do it. That book actually sucked. So yeah, I don't recommend actually. I can't tell you the plot. I can't tell you what happened. It was just terrible. Like it completely deleted from my brain and went out. That's how you know it's a terrible book, if I can't even remember the plot of it. So yeah, I don't even want to talk about that book. Okay, on to the next book. So I read Once Upon a Broken Heart in 2024, and I gave it 3.5 stars, I want to say, maybe 3.75, in that area right there. And so I was like, oh no, I'm not going to continue the series. It wasn't that good. But then I had this random notion in July to pick up the 2nd book, which is The Ballad of Never After, which is most people's favorite, but the 3rd one's my favorite, unpopular opinion. But The Ballad of Never After, I gave it 4 stars. It was really well written, really well done. I loved it so much. I love Jax and Evangeline, like character dynamics. I love Evangeline's friend, the unwed bride. Like I love the whole magic system in the world. I just love it so much. And then after that, I read A Curse for True Love, which again, sorry for that. Oh, I gotta fix y'all. Again, for the interruption. Oh, I gave A Curse for True Love 4.5 stars. I loved it. I felt like the way it ended was great. I just loved that book so much. I remember I made a video on A Curse for True Love, and it like really blew up. I guess people really liked what I had to say. Though granted, it was at like 8 a.m. in the morning that I finished that book. So there's that as well. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on it because you can't really say that much because it's part of a series. Now this one, I will say some stuff because, oh, it was good. So this next book I'm going to talk about, it blew up. Okay, so the first person I remember seeing, I'm going to completely change this. The first person that I remember seeing talk about this book was Alexa Ray, who she's kind of been like not posting a lot because she's pregnant. She's about to have her baby, so understandable. But she posted about this book called The Rose Bargain back in like March, April, I want to say. And then like a month or two, maybe a couple of weeks later, it kind of like blew up. Like it was so big, and like I read the plot a bunch of times and I was like, that doesn't really sound interesting. But that's happened with me. Like Fourth Wing, it didn't really sound interesting. 5 stars, one of my favorite books. Powerless, didn't really sound interesting. 5 stars, one of my favorite books. So I keep doing that to myself, but books that I think aren't gonna really be my style ended up being my style. This one was not a 5 stars, it was 4.5. It was really well written. I loved both princes. I rephrase that. I liked both at the beginning, but after the plot twist, I only liked one. That was not cool whatsoever. But if you read the book, you would understand why I would say that. I loved Ivy, the main character. I loved all the side characters. The only plot line I didn't like was that one of the girls, so they're all competing for the prince, like to be the princess with the prince. And whoever was picked, there were 2 girls that were picked that were gay. And so they started like making out. And that was the only plot line that was kind of like, why are you here if you like women? But it was outcasted in their society, so I do get that. And like to have a husband and to keep your status, you need to, you know, do things the correct way. So I do understand that part of it. But yeah, all in all, I really recommend that book. I think it was great. Yeah, it was my book club. Actually, it was my book club pick for July. So I actually read my book club pick because sometimes I don't read it. Okay, all right. So yes, now after this we had one of the summer reads that I read this year. Oh my god, it was so good. I was debating on reading it or not, and I finally was just like, whatever, I'm gonna do it. It says on here 4 stars, but if I probably were to go back and change it, I would probably say like 4.5, 4.75 in that same range. This is the only book that I have physically that I bought because I went out and bought the collector's edition that they just came out with this year, because it was just so good. And that is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. I love this book so much. I think it's a great summer read. It's a great book in general. The author actually wrote it on like Taylor Swift books, and there's a bunch of like Taylor Swift like metaphors and Taylor Swift things that you would understand if you listen to Taylor Swift or are a Swiftie, of course. It was just really great. Like I loved it. But basically it's about this girl, Meredith, who her sister just died, and so this summer she's going to the island that her and her sister and her family used to go to when they were younger, but she hasn't been back since her sister died. But she's going there because her aunt, I believe, is getting married. I believe it's the aunt. It's one of the family members. And every year they play this game of assassin. And so you get a person like on a piece of paper and you have to assassin that person with the water gun. So if you get shot with the water gun, you're out of the game. But if you complete your, like, kill your target, then you get another target until you, like, win. And the game is, the point is to get everyone out of the game so you win. And so she is playing assassin, and she's like, I'm gonna live up to Claire's legacy. Like, I am gonna do it. And, she meets one of the groomsmen. Yep. And they form an alliance during the game. And let's just say some things happen. Let's just say that. I love this book. I think everyone should read it. I think it was great. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I love this book so much. This quote on the back, I'm gonna read to it because it reminded me of The Summer I Turned Pretty, this quote, just specifically. It's one of those special places where you feel like time doesn't exist, where it will always be summer, where I'll always wake up with you. Oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, that really just reminded me of The Summer I Turned Pretty. So yes, I really love this book. Highly, highly recommend this book. If you read any book from this list I'm about to tell you, read The Summer of Broken Rules or The Rose Bargain. Those would be my top picks for you. Okay, now we're getting on to the funnest read I would say I have ever done in my entire life. It was so much fun, and I did the tandem read of Tower and Dawn and Empire of Storms and the Throne of Glass series, which is books 6 and 7. So now I only have one book left, and then I'm done with the series, and that book is 900 pages long. yeah, it's okay. It's on my TBR this month. I think I read it. I think I will read it. I probably will not read it, unfortunately. I really wish I did. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my least favorite one first, but it was still good, which was, no surprise, Tower of Dawn. I gave it 4.25 stars, which is pretty high because most people rate it like 3.75 stars. So anyway, I really loved it. I kind of like, it was slow. I feel like that was slow. But Chaol, I really liked his character development and everything that happened with him. I think that he had a great character development after he met Yrene. And so I just think their dynamic together was great. And then that's mainly, I feel like, what the book was about. And then, Nesterin with her, like, prince. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry. And then Empire of Storms was, like, the main cast. And that one I gave 4.75 stars. I absolutely loved that book so much. Every single character in it, every single thing. I feel like there's just times, like parts and times that both books were slow for me. So that's why I think. And I also tried to pick it up in June and I couldn't read it either. So I had to start it again in July. And then I was able to do it because our family was like, I have to do this. I have to read these. I am missing these characters so much. So yeah. I recommend both of them. I recommend doing the tandem read. Don't skip Tower of Dawn because some people skip Tower of Dawn. And like, if you skip Tower of Dawn, no. That is no. Okay, then the last book that I read this month, ignore that Hurricane Katrina noise. And then I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, which I gave 3.75 stars. The only problem that I had with it is that there's a big focus on how, like, Republicans were bad and, like, Democrats are good. And, like, that's fine if you believe, again, for the third time, 3 times a charm, 3 times interrupting. I'm sorry for anything that you heard, because anything that you heard could have been pretty crazy and pretty raw. Just know that there are little people in this house. So E. Lockhart, We Were Liars. The show just came out, so that's why I wanted to read it. I read the book, gave it 3.75 stars. The only problem I have with it was that, like, it was very political, and, like, I personally am not a very political person, and so I don't really like to read about politics in books. I feel like you should keep it out of the books, personally. And so that, and then, I guess the plot twist, like the bigger one. The smaller one, I would have had no idea, but the bigger one, I guess, and it was really sad that I guessed that. So yeah, it was sad, but like, it was very sad. It was very heartbreaking. The show did a lot better, I would say. If I didn't read the book, I feel like I would have liked the show a lot better. I feel like the characters in the show did very well portraying the book. So I just really applaud them on that. I really am like, good job, guys. So yeah, that is my July monthly reading wrap up. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I already said that. Everything just like means so much to me, and so that you guys would watch my videos just makes me really happy. And like, I'm going to start posting more. Definitely more shorts and definitely more YouTube videos. I'm very sorry about this one, but don't worry. You'll have one within the next week or 2 or so. So I will see you guys in my next one.